So good morning. Hello everyone. How many are we? So today is a great day. It's a great Monday. It's a great Wednesday, not Monday. Yesterday we had very good news. A very good day. Okay, so yesterday was a very great day. So as I said, yesterday was a very good day. Not only did we catch these 100 pips, but today we are anticipating that price will continue on the same drop. So these were 101 pips caught yesterday during GBPUSD news. We also had around we also had US30. So US30 our analysis on US30 went around how many pips? So around 354 pips or 354 points. So usually in my trading, when I am able to get only 50 pips, no 100 pips per week, then that week I am usually more than quite okay. Alright, so if you are in the session yesterday, if you joined me yesterday during the New York and during the London session, we had price breakthrough. So if you have not yet watched that video, it is still on my YouTube. So yesterday we wanted price to, so price broke through. Level 3600, and that level came about by or because there must always be a reason for every trade we take. So that trade came about because price closed below these very significant equal lows, and as such it provided us a very good opportunity, not just an opportunity, a very good opportunity for a sell position. Right now, what did I do? after immediately I left the, no, before I left the live session, I had placed my alert on that 6,000. And you know the good thing about alerts is that they ring. They are going to ring seriously. So whether you are going, it is on your phone, whether it is on your computer, whether it's on your laptop, the alert is going to surely ring. So when price got to 6,000, that was my anticipation for price. This is clearly discussed in our yesterday's London session video. So if you are curious about wanting to look at our yesterday's trade, just check our yesterday's live session. So yesterday we said that when price gets to that 6,000, we were going to take a sell. So if you never took a sell yesterday, then I am not sure how we are going to help you. But don't worry, because even if we had 100 pips yesterday, we have thousands and thousands and tens of thousands more. The good thing, even if you miss 100 pips today, tomorrow there is going to be 100 more waiting for you. And even if you miss 100 tomorrow, 100 more are going to be waiting for you the next day. So there is usually no problem when you miss trades. You just have to make arrangements so that in future you don't miss any other trades. For example, in January when I began live streaming for you, my major problem was one. I was missing a lot of trades. And by missing a lot of trades, I was missing a lot of money. And that was a problem for me psychologically. So once I knew how to set alerts, I knew how to set alerts on these live sessions. So those alerts have been extremely helpful for me and my trading. I cannot lie to you. So yesterday, price got to 6,000 because this is what we call, in short, this is what we call, in ICT, this is called the second distribution. So this is called second distribution stage. So our second distribution stage occurred from around 1:30. Was that the proper time? No, but this was a very good entry. And we ended up getting 101 pips. So today, using our Fibonacci, we want or we wish to get the next entry level. Remember, all this while or all this time, my trading is super simple. I adapt very fast because that is my edge. Okay, my edge is not identifying good trades, because technical analysis, everyone understands technical analysis. Even you who is listening to me understands technical analysis. But the edge is usually in taking that trade regardless of what you are thinking. Now, during the New York session of yesterday, I told you to wait for an entry around this level. Okay? However, because of price action, or because price yesterday was really bearish, really bearish. It was really bearish. So price yesterday was really bearish, and there was no time for a retracement. And a retracement only occurred after the New York session. So this whole trade is enough for me for the whole week. Because normally my target is between 30 pips. My target every day is 30 pips. Imagine. My target every day is usually only 30 pips, because 30 pips are usually what I call the bread and the butter. They always available. Those pips are always available. Okay? So what am I planning today? Now you can see today's price action is even quite clear. Price has even broken below our previous month's low. So this was a previous month's low. So this was 6th February low, and this low was our what? Was our monthly low. See, so this was our previous Feb low. So now our new low, this is our new low here. So this is our new low of the month now. As I told you in the previous sessions that the lows of the month and the highs of the month are formed at the center of the month. That is why I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about yesterday's move. Yes, sure enough, you missed that move, and good for you if you missed it, or too bad for you. But there are moves ahead of us, very many moves. Okay, so Now today we are at that point. We are at an extremely critical level. So let us go to the 1 hour time frame. So for today, you can clearly see that price I'm not sure why this candle is not moving. Why is this candle not moving? Is it my candle, or is all the all the candles not moving on GBPUSD? So now there is our new we have our entry now. Once we see that, and no, the way we do it is once we see that price, remember, if you're in this live trade, your aim is not to fight for, even in my live sessions, your aim is not to fight the market. Your major aim is to ensure that you enter the market at the best conducive environments possible for you. Okay? Yesterday during the live session, I categorically told you that this would be a futile thing to do. Trying to run after price is useless, very useless. In the end, you end up disappointing yourself alone. Because yes, you are waiting for something. You are waiting for a sale. We don't deny you are waiting for a sale. But the issue is the market always has to retrace. Whether you like it or not, it will always have to retrace. So now it is upon you to employ your patience. To employ your patience and wait for the best possible entry. Okay, so for this trade, for today's trade, for For Tuesday's trade, we are waiting for price. No, for Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, my God. What? So for Wednesday, we are waiting for price to break below the Asian low. After it breaks below the Asian low, we as the traders are going to do something called selling. So we are going to sell following just yesterday's system or so not only is it another day to wait, but today we are doing two things. So if you are listening, today in my trading I am doing two things. Number one, I am looking for an opportunity to sell. Number two, I am looking to protect my yesterday's gains. Okay? So yesterday's stop loss, yesterday's lot size is not what I am going to use today, because I am looking at what I have gained right now, not what I am going to gain today, but what I gained yesterday. I have to protect it. So we can check another pair, USD, for future analysis. Now for USD, unlike GBPUSD where I'm still on a sell, the truth is that on USD I'm on a buy. Why? First of all, check. First of all, let us check where USD is currently. So USD has retested this level. My God. You even feel very good because it's like what is the best thing which has ever occurred to you for free? This is like free money waiting for us here. So this is a current low of the no. The first low was on 6th Feb. So this is a second distribution stage on the 4-hour time frame and in the 1 hour in the daily time frame. So price has come to retest this level once again. Okay? That is why it has not yet broken this sweet spot level. So to me, this is this is a buy. This is not just a buy. This is not just an intraday buy to me on USD. This is a long-term buy, my friends. My friends, this is an intraday buy, a long-term intraday buy. So me, as trading cyborg, I'm looking at a long-term buy on US30 up to the first level we said 51,000. 51,000. Or maybe if price is but there is no limit. Once we enter these levels where there is only liquidity, the limit becomes limitless. Or how do I say it in the proper English? The opportunity becomes, what do we call this now? But the opportunity becomes endless. Endless opportunity. Okay? But the only way we would invalidate this position, our long-term buy scenario, is if price decides to close below these very serious OBs, because down here we also have serious OBs. So if price closes below those OBs, my friends, and not just closing below, it just closed below with a very strong Marubozu candle. So when it closes, that will be my first low, my first target profit. Because there is still a possibility of price creating another new low. Okay? So it seems that GBPUSD is moving. All right, so let us set that alert right now. We can set an alert. I'm going to set an alert for that 514. $35 514. But remember, we also have FOMC today. We have FOMC today, my friends. So I have set GBPUSD alert at level 35 514. Okay, simply because I am not ready to be caught up in those endless fights of the market. So once we have a good confirmation, I'm in. But US30 is what is fascinating me very much. Yesterday I tried to hold that because I was in that buy position. I was in a buy position. I got in at this level. I got in because price created something called a break of market structure. That is, when the market is turning, it tends to give us an opportunity to get in. So I got in at that level, but I was unable to hold that trade because it kept on moving. So I only took profits around this level. So very small profits. But I'm hoping that this move is going to be a sustained move, not just a fake breakout. This yesterday's move, because currently we have a low of the week here. So we have our low of the week on US30. So if that move is sustained enough, and how do we know it is going to be sustained? Simple, very simple. Once it breaks above this level, then we know that it is a sustained move. Not just a sustained move. We know that for sure we are going up. Not sugarcoating. Not joking around. We are going up because breaking above this line, even you look closely, breaking above this line is breaking above 4-hour order blocks. So these are 4-hour order blocks. So we have this one here, we also have this one here. Okay, now the move might occur during FOMC, but who are we not to wait? If we waited on Monday, yesterday we got some good pips, then does that mean we are not going to wait today? We will. We definitely have to. So this could also be a point of reference or point of interest. So this is a sweet spot based on yesterday's highs and lows. So before we move on from US30, we have said three things. Number one, US30 is on the second distribution stage. Number two, US30 has created the low of the week. Okay, so number three, I tried to get in US30 yesterday, but I only managed some very few pips because that move was not very sustainable. We had a very violent price action on US30 yesterday. So number four is that if price is willing, price can get to this level, to a sweet spot level. If not, it should break this level up during FOMC or during news or during whatever time, but most likely during FOMC. During FOMC, so that we can get an entry to push us to 51. So it can even do like that. Okay, so those are the two moves. Those are the two US30 moves I have today. Very simple, clean, straightforward moves. Simple, straightforward, clean moves. So I don't know whether you have marked those levels, but this is a point where we are in price action for USD. So another one is gold. Although I don't trade gold, we can also check gold. So gold, so for me gold is usually a long-term buy. Okay, but the problem is that we have been at crossroads the whole of this February. So the whole of this February, gold has been, gold has not been responding to price action the way we would want. Okay, but my overall bias is still a buy for gold. Okay, so my bias for gold is a very strong buy. The problem is the price action. Price action has not been very nice on gold, and because of that we have to adjust our risk, or we have to take risk which is proportionate to our accounts, not just proportionate, smaller risk than you would take even on a big account. So I have been risk off on gold for the simple fact that I like to trade gold when it is trending. So instead of trying to speculate gold right now, will you be okay if I told you to wait for gold to break these levels? That is level 5,000. So GBPUSD is really trying to break below level at 500, but price is becoming very stubborn. But once it breaks that level, which I suspect maybe is during FOMC, because right now, because of yesterday's 100 pips, today during the London session, during the New York session, that is AM New York session, we might be experiencing low volatility. But remember, our work is to take trades, not force trades. Our work is to take good trades and benefit from those trades. So if our trade is not giving us what we want, then we wait. We have said our level is 35,514. I'm thinking about this gold, and my thoughts are that on the 1 hour time frame, okay, because everything originates from the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we are on a 1 hour time frame. The candles are making their decisions. So we have what we call in the indecision candles. The indecision candles. So what do the indecision candles tell us? These three indecision candles here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So either price reacts on that level, or, because there is always an either or. So that is how I will view gold on my end. That is how I'm going to view how I will view gold. That is how I'm going to view gold on my end, because first we are on a 1 hour OB. So this is a 1 hour OB here. So that's the 1 hour strong bullish OB. So if price can create something like that, then we might be in for a sell. But as I have said, you have to be careful taking trades during this session. You know, the best trades are the trades which you are not going to force. So today being on a Wednesday, we have news at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. is 2 p.m. New York time, but 10 p.m. Kenyan time. So 10 p.m. 2 p.m. US time, which is 10 p.m. Kenyan time. So those are our FOMC minutes are coming out today. So let us wait and see whether GBPUSD is going to close below level 35.14. But despite of low volatility, if we get a good entry, we are going to get in. What I don't want to do is to try and force a trade. That is not what I want to do. So there is still an opportunity during the PM New York session. So we usually have PM New York session and AM New York session. So we have AM New York session, the AM New York session occurs from around 8 a.m. New York time, not Kenyan time, New York time, to around what do we say now? From around 10:30 a.m. But PM session PM New York session occurs from around 11 a.m. New York time to 4 p.m. So FOMC is coming out at 10 a.m. New York. No. So FOMC is coming out at 2 p.m. New York session. So that is a PM session. Okay? So that is why I'm telling you, even if we don't have a move right now, I'm telling you once again that even if we don't have a move right now, there's still going to be a move. Okay? Whether we have a move right now or we don't have a move right now, you have to be patient enough, because today I have to live stream during that time. I have no other choice. I have to. During FOMC, I'll be there. I might not be there during the AM session, because I don't think the AM session is going to give us a lot of pips. The AM session, that is from 4 p.m., might give us what we call entry. So you might get a good entry, but that entry will only be moving during FOMC. Okay, so during FOMC, I'm going to be there. So GBPUSD has refused totally to break below. FOMC, no, GBPUSD has refused to totally break below 35.50. Not just totally, it has refused totally. But remember, we're also using this data here. CFTC data, not SFCT. CFTC data. Our CFTC data shows that hedge funds have more than 9,417 contracts on shorts. Whereas when you look at the retail traders, they are all long. Imagine, just imagine. This is how we lose money. So, short positions on GBPUSD are why my bias is now a sell. So our alert is on 35.51, not 35.14, 35.51. Imagine such a simple alert could be the difference between you losing thousands of money and saving thousands of money. What I am not sure is why did price decide not to, why is price behaving like this on GBPUSD? Because you might wonder and ask yourself, why is price behaving the way it is behaving on GBPUSD? Why? You can check for US 100. So all these players, in my view, they are all hungry to go to break these new highs. But I don't know why there is a lot of liquidity, or is it FOMC which is the determinant? I'm not sure. What about US 500? So what we want for our entry, or for our sustained long-term US30 trend is a trend like this now. This is a very clean trend. And maybe possible entries later. That is why we are saying we wait until this level is broken. Until it is broken and price closes above it, let me set an alert. So 49,684. So 49,684 is our alert level, or our alert. Once price is able to close above that level, then there's no telling where we are going next, because we already have our low of the week, low of the month. We already have our low of the So I'm also going to be setting another alert at level 35. Now, what happens? What happens when price is going to break below? What will happen when price is going to break below? Oh no, above, not below, above this level. So what will happen? You know, anything can happen in FOMC. And remember, our bias is still a buy for GBPUSD. So, this being our new low of the month, if price is able to break above this level, that is during FOMC, it comes and closes above that 1 hour order block. That will give us now an entry to even go further upwards. Okay? But for us to get to that point, so this is the way I'm looking at it. price may be wanting to take more liquidity, and we have no problem with that. Okay, we have absolutely no problem with price wanting to get more liquidity down here, but at some point because just look at this. This is just like a new low of the week. You just don't yet have a confirmation. So my friends, if this is the new low of the month and then we were anticipating a buy, a sell, a buy, sorry, a sell, a buy, we will have to wait for price to break above this level at 6,000, retest a bit. So during FOMC we might see price go buy energetically, then in the next 15 minutes it may come and retest this level. So how we are moving is going to be dependent on how price is going to behave. Okay, otherwise the best thing we can do for ourselves and our money is to be patient, the way we were patient yesterday, and set alerts. Be patient, set alerts. Be patient, set alerts. Be patient, set alerts. Be patient, set alerts. And let me tell you, by the way, and if price does this, if price does this, that is, it follows this move, remember, even GBPUSD was on a buy, a very clean buy, by the way. If you are going to just look at that price action, look at that price action, my good viewer. Just look at that price action. My friends, look at that price action on GBPUSD. Let us remove all these photos because we need to give ourselves confidence that maybe GBPUSD is just, I don't know, waiting. So the first thing I want you to note is that currently where we are, the level at which we are in price, eh? So if you check keenly, we are inside. This is what makes me very happy, because currently we are in a very critical level for GBPUSD, for US30. Already US30 is behaving. I don't know why US30, I don't know why these currencies are not behaving, but US30 is behaving very well. Alright? And I'm seeing that today, being FOMC, is the day now we're going to set a precedent for a long-term buy position. Because just check. We are in our sweet spot level. Okay? And this is not just a sweet spot level from any point, from the highest points of GBPUSD. So the lowest point on GBPUSD was 16th January. And the highest level was 27th January. So the only way we will know now we have a sustained sell if price takes out or closes below these what do we call it? Sweet spot level. That's an alert on US30. Okay? Let us go back to US30. Just a minute. Let us finish what we have to say about GBPUSD. So even you can see that GBPUSD has been hovering around this level from 5th February up to 17th February. And if it decides that is the point, those are 47 days. Wait. Those are around 2 months. That's around 1.5 months. By the way, at the end of the year, we shall be at this level. We shall be looking at this level once again, because this level is a very serious level for us traders. So if you're on your GBPUSD, you have to mark that level. If you are on US30, you have to understand that there's a possibility, a very huge possibility, that we might have started our journey up to the top. And US30 is going to be our catalyst. It's going to be our catalyst. Okay? So if you have any questions, you can even drop them on there. So US, that is what is going to set precedent for our buy position. No, FOMC. MC, FOMC is what is going to set a catalyst for our buy position. So the only thing we can do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is to continue to wait, because you have seen that in the last 1 hour and 20 minutes, price has not yet moved. It has not even moved an inch. Price has not moved even an inch. Even an inch, it has not moved. So we will keep on watching GBPUSD until something happens. But I would wish to go back to what I said before, that during FOMC I'll have to be there. We'll have to be there, and we'll have to take advantage of price. Whatever move which is going to be forming, we will be there. So I hope you're going to tune in during that time. I am going to post the link, so tune in. But thank you for joining this time, and I hope we see each other during